What's up, Happy Gamers? I'm Happy, the Happy Gamer, and welcome back to Would You Rather, the game about situations you'll never, ever be in. Alright, so you guys know how this works. We just pick a choice, and there we go. Alright, so would you rather spend a year alone in a deep-sea submarine, or, I just said submarine. What a great way to start this Let's Play. Submarine. Deep-sea submarine. Would you rather spend a year alone in a deep-sea submarine or spend a year alone in a space station? Well, flipping year alone in a space station, I love space. You know, I want to be in space, and to be in there for a year, to be in space for a year would be amazing. Even if I was alone, well, actually, let me think about this. Things could go wrong, and if I was alone in a space station, hopefully I'd be knowledgeable enough to take care of it, you know, anything that went wrong, because if anything went wrong, there's a chance I could be lost forever, and I would not be able to be rescued. There's a chance I'd be able to be rescued if I was stranded in a deep-sea submarine if things went wrong, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with that, even though I do love space. Oh, I don't know. Let's just go for space, because I love it so much. Everybody wants that! Or most people do. Okay. Would you rather only drink black coffee or only eat dry cereal? I like both of those things. This is a tough one. Wow, I actually grew up eating dry cereal because I'm lactose intolerant, and I would always get made fun of for eating dry cereal. People would just think that I was a nerd. Apparently, if you have diseases and allergies to certain things, then you're a nerd. I mean, that's what everybody told me growing up. You know, I'd be like, I'm allergic to peanuts, and they're like, you're a nerd. I don't understand how that makes me a nerd. Apparently being allergic to peanuts makes me really intelligent, because that's what I consider nerdy. Anyway, only drink black coffee or only eat dry cereal? I think I would go for only eat dry cereal because it's not every day that I want to drink black coffee. Usually only want to drink it like at night. I know that's kind of weird, but when I wake up in the morning, I actually want something sweet. My wife thinks that I'm weird for it, but let's go with dry cereal. Most people wanted that, which makes sense because not everyone in the world likes black coffee. All right, would you rather be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or be the president of a prominent country? Being the CEO of a really good business or a really good company, I think would be a little bit easier than being the president of a country. You know, the decisions when it comes to country leadership, the decisions you have to make there are just a little bit, they're just rough, you know? And being the CEO of an already successful company, I think it would just be easier, and I would still get quite a bit of money. Maybe not as much as the president would, but I'd still get quite a bit of money, and I'd be pretty well off, so I'm gonna go with that. Most people agree, probably for the same reason. I don't see why not. Would you rather never be able to touch anyone again, or never be able to talk to anyone again? I think that I would rather talk to people than touch people. Here's the deal, guys. Communication is probably the most important aspect of every relationship. It's the most important thing that you can have in any relationship. And seeing as how I'm married, if I could never touch my wife again, that would be tough. But if I could never talk to her again, we would definitely get divorced. Okay? That would suck. So I would rather go with never be able to touch anyone again. You know, the only times I really touch people, other than when I touch my wife, and we won't get into that, is whenever I hug people and maybe pat them on the back or, you know, pat them on the head and say, good job, you're such a good little person, you, or something. Yeah, I won't, anyway. Never be able to touch anyone. That's almost evenly matched, which is kind of sad, really. I can't believe so many people said they would rather never be able to talk to anyone again. Well, actually, now that I think about it, the generation that we live in is like, I'm okay with never talking to anyone because all I do is use my phone anyway and stay in my bedroom and play video games, and I never talk to anyone anyway. It's really sad. Would you rather be handcuffed to your worst enemy for life, or be separated from your entire family for, good lord, okay. Be handcuffed to my worst enemy, or be separated from my entire family. First, I have to figure out who my worst enemy is. I don't know who my worst enemy is. Yes, I do, actually. I think I'd rather be handcuffed to my worst enemy for life, because at least I can deal with him. I've dealt with enemies all my life. I know how to deal with them. Not that I'm just like the best at it or anything, but I know how to deal with enemies. And even being handcuffed to him, somebody said down there you would lose 80% of your mobility. I'd be like, no, I would win my enemy over, and I would make him come places with me. I'd be like, you're coming over here, we're eating McDonald's today, you shut your mouth. He would be my slave. I don't care if I was handcuffed to him. He would be my slave. That's how that would work. So be handcuffed to my worst enemy. Most people wanted that. That's good. I'm glad the majority of people did not want to be separated from their family. When you rack up a new toilet paper roll, would you rather have it facing the wall or have it facing away from the wall? What? This is interesting. I don't understand this. Obviously, I would have it facing away from the wall because that's how it normally is and it's obviously convenient. So this is a really weird question. Who would want to have it facing the wall? These people just picked this because they wanted to be different. I don't understand this. Can you imagine, like, trying to roll that thing when it's facing the wall? That would suck. Would you rather have a house made of sprawling underground rooms and tunnels or have a small flying house? I think I'd rather have a house with underground rooms and tunnels because then if I ever needed to hide for any reason, I could. Not only that, but I live in Oklahoma and we get tornadoes here. And then I could run into one of the underground rooms or the tunnels and I'd be safe from the tornado, you know, with my wife and whoever was with us at the time. But to have a small flying house, I feel like, and I'm just guessing on this one, but I feel like if my house could fly, it would quickly get shot out of the sky. I mean, people see drones and they're immediately freaked out and they run and get their rifle and come outside and shoot the drone, even though it's illegal in most places. So I think I'd rather have a house made of underground rooms and tunnels. Oh, the house is made of underground rooms and tunnels. It doesn't just have them. Still, that would be awesome. I think I'd rather have that. And I can see them being pretty evenly matched. You know, with a small flying house, people are like, well, I could get anywhere I want to. But who said you couldn't get anywhere you want to with this one? Maybe the underground rooms and tunnels go to China. All the way across the world. Hello to you in China. Would you rather always disappoint people or always anger people? Here's the deal. Always disappointing people is hard for me because I want to make sure that you get what you need from me. Especially like when it comes to my channel and stuff like that. I want to make sure you watch my videos and it leaves you with a smile on your face. It makes you feel better. And to disappoint you would disappoint me. Now, always angering people, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. I think if you're disappointing people, you're doing something wrong all the time. But always angering people, you're not always doing something wrong. You know, people get angry for no reason. So I think I'd rather always anger people. Yeah, most people would. Yeah, disappointing people just sucks. Would you rather dress only in the styles famous 15 years ago or dress only the way you did when you were 15? So this is pretty close because I'm 28 years old. I'm almost 29. And 15 years ago, I was almost 15. So both of these are pretty close. What was famous 15 years ago? I'm trying to remember. Like baggy blue jeans and shirts, oversized shirts. You know, with brand names on them and stuff, or like graphic tees and stuff like that. I think, you know, graphic tees are still popular. They're just not as popular as they were. This is really, honestly, the way that I dressed when I was 15 is the same as what was famous 15 years ago. It's pretty close. So I'm just gonna pick one. It doesn't really matter. Sure. At least 15, when I was 15, I was older than I was 15 years ago. So the styles were starting to evolve into something a little bit more cool and less corny. Would you rather be Cinderella or be Ariel? Well, of course, Cinderella. Now, if this is Cinderella that's like pre-Prince Charming, heck no. Heck no. And Ariel, you know, if this is pre-feet, pre-legs, probably. It would be cool to be able to swim around and breathe underwater and things like that. But then Cinderella post-Prince Charming, I mean, I'm living with Prince Charming. I've got all the money in the world. I can do whatever the heck I want. You know, I can boss people around if I want to. and I can rub it in my stupid stepmother's face. So heck yes, let's be Cinderella. Not many people wanted to be Cinderella because everyone wants to swim underwater, live underwater, and not have to come up for air and things like that. So I understand that. But still, I'd be a beautiful Cinderella married to Prince Charming. Where's my Prince Charming? Would you rather be an excellent singer or be a superb writer? Well, I'm already both. When I was in high school, I had the hardest English teacher I think that anybody has ever had and that has ever existed in this history of man. She was tough. I mean, she loved giving people Fs. If it wasn't for her, though, I wouldn't have become the writer that I am today, even though she just failed me. In college, I wrote papers in my composition class, and I remember I would definitely give my best effort, but I didn't think that they were like the best papers in the world. And eventually she asked me if I wanted to change my major to philosophy because she just thought my papers were just amazing. So anyway, I am a superb writer. I'm just joking. I'm a good writer, but I think that I sing more than I write. I sing on a regular basis, and I sing for money. No, I'm not a song prostitute. Don't call me that. But I always want to improve in my singing, so I think I'd rather be an excellent singer. Cool. It's weighed more that way. Would you rather be a police officer or be a firefighter? A lot of kids dream about being a firefighter, you know. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like a firefighter like my dad. You know, I think a lot of kids dream about being a police officer too, but being a police officer nowadays is just tough. It's really tough. They just get so much crap nowadays for making choices that I feel like, you know, when they're in the situations they're in, a lot of the time, you know, it's just tough to make a good judgment call, and people give them so much criticism, and it sucks because the people criticizing them don't know what it's like to be in those situations and to have to make that judgment call. You know, I'd rather not be a police officer for that reason, so I think I'd rather be a firefighter. Most people want to be a police officer. They're like, yeah, give me a gun. Everybody wants guns because everyone wants to shoot everyone. It's really sad, but it's probably true. All right, one more. Would you rather swim in a pool of poop or get your head stuck in an elephant's rear end? Well, these can go a lot of different ways. I could swim in a very, very small pool of poop and like be in there really quick and get out really quick and that's it. Or I could have my head stuck inside an elephant's butthole really quickly, like not very long. I could have it stuck in there and be able to get out really quickly. So either one of these, you know, you could bend that way of not being in it for very long. But I think having my head stuck in an elephant's rear end would probably be worse. It's just, you know, both of these are horrible, but let's just go with that one. Most people would rather... Why did I pick that one? Gosh dang it, you guys know I meant this one. I don't know why I clicked that one. Maybe subconsciously I want my head to get stuck in an elephant's rear end. I don't know. It was just an accident. I can't believe you guys know I wanted this one. Can I change my answer, please? Can I change my answer? It doesn't matter. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed a little bit of Would You Rather. If you would like to, leave in the comments what you would rather do in these situations. Tell me. I want to know because I love you and I think that you're amazing, and that's why. Yeah. All right, guys. I like this video, and if you like this video, please leave me a like because I would like that. Talk to me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to stay happy. And of course, I will see you next time. I'm the best grinder dodger there ever was. I dodge grinders like crap. I dodge grinders like Keanu Reeves dodge. Gosh dang it. Can you add decorations and building attachments to my butt? That's a surface.